Alright, welcome guys, welcome, stay Giga Chat and spam noted. Today in this video, I'm gonna cover about the Aeromancer, one of the Aeromancer build called Drizzle. And before we go over the Drizzle, I wanna talk about the identity of the Aeromancer. So if you see her skills, first of all, there are some skills that are green like this, and there are some colorful skills on the bottom side. So these green skills are skills to do with slashing her umbrella like a sword, just like this skill. Yeah, and the skills on the bottom side, the colorful ones, are called weather skill. Weather. It summons some like twister, solar beam, something like this. Yeah. So the skills that has something to do with slashing her umbrella is the swift build called Storm Fury. I'm gonna cover that on the next video, by the way. And today we're gonna cover Drizzle, which is a high specialization build, and it runs most of the weather skills. Okay, this time I'm gonna talk about her identity skill. So whenever you land the skills like this, then she will gain the meter. And when it hits the max, then you can press the Z key and activate it, and it will have some AoE range like this. And what this do is that for 10 seconds, it does some damage every second. And also, any mobs inside this area gets 10% attack debuff, which is a good side, support effect. With that being said, if I try to go on the Drizzle level 3, it increases the duration time of the identity skill by 50%. That's like ×2 of the duration time. And also it increases the damage of all the weather skills by 30%. So now you understand why the spec Drizzle build is called weather build as well. So if I apply level 3 of this, and then if I activate the identity skill again, you can see that the gauge is decreasing slower than before, and this is because of the Drizzle engraving. And while this aura is activated, all your weather skills does 30% more damage than previously. For the stats, you wanna go full specialization like this, and for the necklace, you wanna go for the crit and spec, just like this kind of distribution. And what does the specialization do for Aeromancer? So it increases the weather skills damage by a lot. As you see here, my specialization is around 1700, and it says it increases the weather skills by 123% around there. It also increases the meter gain by a lot, 61% right now for me, and it increases the damage of the awakening. For the relic set, you want to run hallucination, full set of hallucination, because Aeromancer does not have tripod that increases crit rate on her skills. So she needs to back up her crit by running the crit combat stat as a substat, and also the crit rate from the hallucination. Okay, now let's go over to the engraving. So there are 3 engravings that should be fixed: the class engraving, grudge, and headmaster. And for other 2, you can pick either from 4. One is adrenaline, 2 is keen blunt, the third one is cursed thought, and the last one is precise dagger. So either from these 4 you pick 2, but according to the people who has a PhD degree on the Aeromancer in KR, they came up with the study that adrenaline keen blunt has the highest damage output. If you have 97 stone, or if you are going for a full ancient accessory, then for the last level 1, it's better to run Ether Predator at level 1. So like this. This will be the highest damage output. As you can see, she runs Headmaster as a meta engraving, because her skills does not have like frontal or a back attack. And also she has a long range of using the skills. So that's why she's not that hard to actually make a positioning during the raid. Okay, this time let me go over to the skills. Since we do not know the exact name of each skills, since it's not released yet, I'm just gonna try to translate by my own. First one is called Open the Umbrella. It looks like this. It rushes forward and opens the umbrella. This is a synergy skill, by the way. And the synergy of the Aeromancer is crit rate 10%, just like Gunslinger, Deadeye, Arcana, so on and so forth. The first tripod is the crit synergy. Second one increases the movement speed of the Aeromancer for several seconds, and this is very good because Aeromancer does not run any swiftness, especially the Drizzle Aeromancer that I'm talking about right now. So this tripod allows her to make better positioning. For the rune, you want to run Gale Wind. By the way, this is a counter skill. Second one is called Gust, and it throws the umbrella like this. You can see that it comes back to you. This is another synergy skill. So basically, you run 2 crit rate synergy skill as a Drizzle Aeromancer. The first tripod is the crit synergy. Second one slows the speed of the umbrella so that you can apply the crit synergy longer. And the third one is the one that enables the skill to come back as a boomerang. For the rune, you want to run Conviction. Next one is called Twister. This is one of the major DPS skill. It looks like this. For the tripod, the first one is Quick Preparation. Second one increases damage. Third one also increases damage. For the runes, you want to run Focus Rune. Next one is called Whirlpool. This is also one of the major skill, the Wither skill. And for the tripod, the first one increases the identity meter gain. Second one and third one increases damage. For the rune, it's Legendary Judgment. Next one is called Rain. It looks like this. It's a casting skill. And it's an artificial intelligence. It follows the mob, the rain. And for the tripod, it increases the identity meter gain. Second one and third one increases damage. For the rune, you want to run Legendary Wolf Rune. Next one is called Strong Wind. And it looks like this. Tripod, Quick Preparation, and Identity Meter Gain, damage. For the runes, the Heroic Wolf Rune. Next one is one of the DPS skill called Fly Away. It looks like this. You can see that she moves forward. So it's a great movement skill because it also has a paralysis immunity. Yeah. For the tripod, Quick Preparation, damage, and damage. For the rune, I'm running Purify Rune, but you can run anything else, to be honest. Last one is called Solar Beam, and this is one of the major DPS skill as well. It looks like this. First tripod, Quick Preparation. Second one and third one increases the damage. For the rune, Focus Rune. So 2 skills are synergy skill, and these 2 skills right here, Rain and the Strong Wind, these are identity meter gain skill. And other 4 skill, the Twister, Whirlpool, Fly Away, Solar Beam, these 4 skills are the major DPS skill. For the Awakening, there are 2 Awakenings. First one makes a big Whirlpool like this. And it literally hits every single mobs inside this big AoE area. So it is a very good skill for Chaos Dungeon. But this is not the skill that you go for as a Drizzle. You normally go for the second one. This one right here. There are 2 reasons why I use this one. Because first one is that it maxes out the gauge. And second one is that it literally does more damage than the first Awakening. You can see the gauge is maxed out and the damage is more stronger. Okay, this time let me go over to the gems. The reason why I'm running level 5 gems is because when Aeromancer comes out, then you guys will have a Hyper Express that gives you free level 5 event gems, right? So I wanted to just make it realistic. For the cooldown, you want to run Strong Wind, Rain, Whirlpool, Twister, and Solar Beam. So that's 5 cooldown gems in total. That which means rest of the 6 gems are DPS gem. What are they? Number 1 is Fly Away. Number 2 is Rain. And this one is the Identity skill. And Whirlpool, Twister, and lastly the Solar Beam. That's how you want to go for. Okay, lastly, the rotation. The rotation is pretty simple. I just aligned it in sequence, by the way. You have to know that these two skills are meter gain skill, these two. The green skills are synergy skill. This one can be a counter skill as well. And other four skills are DPS skill. There's a conviction on the umbrella skill and the judgment on the whirlpool. So if you activate the judgment, then the follow-up skills will get benefited by the judgment, and you can also run use awakening after the judgment procs if you have it. Pretty simple, right? So you go Q and W, and then crit synergy and R, and when it's maxed out, then click Z, then just go on like that. One more time. So Q and W is the identity meter gain. Q and then W right away. That gives a lot of meter. And you use the crit party synergy skill like this, and it procs the conviction. And then you use the whirlwind that procs the judgment, and you immediately click Z because, as I told you, whirlwind is also one of the strong DPS skill. But it also increases a lot of identity meter gain as well. 2 meter skill, crit synergy, conviction, and judgment, and immediately click Z and A, S, D. That's why previously I told you guys that this is close to burst. And when the skills cooldowns are coming back, use it in the same sequence like this. Just like that. See? Perfect. So before the 20 seconds goes down, you can do 2 rotations, and when it's gone, then you go on the same rotation again. Now build a meter. Like that. Conviction, judgment. Z right away. Solar beam, twister, and fly away. See? It's very simple. Yeah, you just click the keys starting from the sequence that I aligned. Just like this. Yeah. It is pretty simple, and this is happening only with level 5 cooldown gems. So you have to understand that how good, like how flawless it's gonna be when you have higher level cooldown gems. For the awakening, you can just use it right away at the start to get the meter gain. But rather than doing it like this, what I recommend is that since the awakening does a lot of damage, you want to use it when you have the reality buff from your hallucination set, because you want to get the crit and damage buff, right? So rather than using it right away, I would recommend you to use the awakening right after the judgment procs. So 2 meter gain skill, conviction, judgment, Z, and then awakening. Just like this. And then you keep on going. Solar beam, twister, fly away. And when the skills comes back, you keep on using. Yeah, just like that. Well guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching, and please hit the sub if you liked it. And also, don't forget to join Twitch. Yeah, my twitch.com, sorry, twitch.tv/memories92 is beneath the description. Check it out. And let's have some family-friendly time. Stay Giga Chat. Spam noted.